Welcome to Monday, August 28th, 2023, your day weather podcast brought to you by Cowboy State Daily. Did you know that Cowboy State Daily publishes a digital newspaper at 5:45 a.m. every day of the week, and it's free? To get yours emailed to you every morning, subscribe at cowboystatedaily.com. We're going to start off this last week of August with temperatures similar to where we had temperatures at the end of the weekend. We saw temperatures back off over the weekend. We saw some scattered shower and thunderstorm activity, especially in the high country, but more out into the plains yesterday afternoon and evening. And today we're going to have some of that residual moisture hanging around. And that residual moisture is likely going to lead to some scattered showers and thunderstorms along the front range of Wyoming into Colorado, a few on the plains, but really nothing that's going to be really all that crazy weather-wise. And then after today, after some moderate temperatures and a few scattered showers and thunderstorms, we'll hit a quiet stretch of weather Tuesday and Wednesday. Not much going on Tuesday and Wednesday, generally fair, generally dry. Looks like some nice weather conditions as we wrap up the month of August. Now, I know a lot of folks are wondering, we've got a big 3-day weekend coming up. Well, we'll have a frontal system Thursday and Friday come out of the Pacific Northwest and across the northern Rockies. It isn't going to produce a lot of weather, but there'll be a little bit of shower and thunderstorm activity in the Pacific Northwest. Temperatures by the end of the week will drop off a little bit. Then as we get into the Labor Day weekend, it looks like we're going to see another trough come into the western United States as we get into the Pacific Northwest to the West Coast, as we get into Saturday and Sunday. But ahead of it will be some very warm air and generally fair weather ahead of that front and trough into the plains. Going to get quite hot again into the plain states as we get into the Saturday, Sunday time frame. However, the frontal system is probably going to be pushing into the Rockies on Labor Day Monday. So what the timing is right now, and this could change, and we'll talk about it and adjust our forecast if necessary, but it does look like for the Pacific Northwest, Idaho, Montana, a big part of Wyoming, parts of Utah, the Labor Day Monday timeframe is going to see some unsettled weather with some shower and thunderstorm activity and a pretty cool drop in temperature, pretty significant drop in temperature in some areas for Labor Day Monday. So we may get 2 out of 3 days this Labor Day weekend. Further out east on the plains, well, it's going to be a bit warmer, but a little bit drier probably through Labor Day. Nice rainbow out of Rock Springs over this past weekend, and some great shots as that mix of subtropical moisture led to some showers and thunderstorms and great opportunities for sunrises, sunsets across the west. Just beautiful photos coming on in from the past several days. Now let's take a look at the satellite imagery. The water vapor loop shows moisture along and east of the divide right here. This is where we're going to have shower and thunderstorm activity today. You can see all the dry air, very dry air here off the coast of California. Dry air punching into the Great Basin, the far west. There's going to be quite a bit of activity down here with what's going to be Hurricane Idalia going towards Florida's Panhandle. That's going to end up being a major hurricane before the week's over. You can see it right here on the 500 millibar chart. This little guy right here, this upper level low is headed southeast. So it is going to trigger showers and thunderstorms along and east of the Continental Divide today. And there's the high pressure punching into California. And then Franklin is going to be a major hurricane, but staying out to sea. Here's the activity today. So this is where we're going to see the showers and thunderstorms wanting to be today. It's really right along and just east of the divide. Not much else going on elsewhere. Now, tomorrow and into Wednesday, we have the high pressure here still. We'll have Idalia going into Florida, and we'll likely see is this next trough moving across the Pacific Northwest of Montana. It's going to head due east and right along the U.S.-Canadian border. And this is what's going to cool us off a little bit, beat down this ridge of high pressure for Thursday and Friday. That's Thursday. So it pushes across the area, drags a cool front through, and then it kind of reloads with another low here in the British Columbia area, and this high pressure ridge. This is always important, the placement of this high pressure ridge. It's in the Gulf of Alaska, so that allows the jet stream to meander into the Rockies. That's why, as we get into the tail end of Labor Day weekend, there's likely going to be a cooling trend. Now, for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, There's going to be some weather here along the U.S.-Canadian border. Pacific Northwest, Idaho, and across northern areas of Montana, North Dakota, and southern Canada. Just very weak monsoonal moisture down here in the southwestern United States, so not much going on. And there, obviously, you can see the hurricane activity going that way. But there's really going to be little happening Tuesday through Thursday. Temperature-wise, you can see the real hot weather in the Midwest eases. The warmth will be more towards the plain states and a little bit of coolness. This is over the next 5 days through Friday with temperature. Then as we get into the weekend, Labor Day weekend, the high now shifts back east into the plains. So it's going to get hot again here at the end of the week and over Labor Day weekend here. Here's this trough coming into Washington and Oregon, coming in off the Pacific Northwest. So it's going to take Saturday and Sunday for this low to bang up against this high and push up against it. But there's a fair amount of colder air with this system right here. So it's going to be effective at pushing that high eastward. And then it is by noon Monday. So from Saturday noon, this is from Saturday noon, to Monday noon, we've got a front pushing into western Wyoming, pushing into the Wasatch, Utah, pushing across most of the Pacific Northwest. And then the high pressure ridge gets pushed eastward. This will allow the cooler air to come in. So for the Labor Day weekend as it stands right now, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, pretty warm, just a little bit of shower and thunderstorm activity, not a lot going on. But then this cooler weather comes in Monday. Now this is by 6 p.m. Monday. You can see the delineation here between the warm and the cool. Getting very hot out here on Labor Day Monday, but look at the contrast. We've got a big contrast going on. A lot cooler behind the front Monday. Very warm ahead of the front, and if you're in between, you're going to be getting a little bit of both. So do be ready for those changes around Labor Day Monday. And we'll have more on Labor Day weekend as we go forward through the week. Have a good Monday. We'll see you tomorrow.